road round. So you know, we're getting glimpses of the Usway burn again now. So just to reiterate people how I got here, I came along the A1 past the metro centre, kept coming along the A1 heading north, and then eventually I came to the left turn on to the A697 Coldstream Road, which you get on to go along towards Wooler. Oh, vehicle coming along, farmer. Right. Happy to look about them. Some of them are right miserable, some of them are really polite and, you know, totally in. Depends. Right, so there's that metal sign post warning you about possible rocks can fall. As you can see, it's all this shale, grey shale. So they come rolling down, and once they start, it's like an avalanche. So that's why it says warning. You've got to be careful. I should have stopped him actually and asked him about the BATTail SHIEL farm haugh cottage, to see if it's just a rental now, or people can rent out and stay there, because it's definitely not a farm anymore. There's no farm animals in the penned areas, and there's no sign of life apart from, like I say, you might on the odd occasion see a car driving along here, and people have paid for to stay there. So they drive up here from where I parked the car, they cross over all 3 bridges, and then drive along the private drive to go into the property, and park outside the front and just go in the cottage and set themselves up for the weekend stay or whatever, how long they've booked it for. Now, I'm forgetting whose video I was watching, and I noticed when they had pointing at the rivers, loads of green slurry and slush in the waters where it's been poisoned. Getting worse as well, chemicals. But obviously you know what that's from, don't you? Dropping out aeroplanes, that's the clue. And it's doing, the river's what it's doing to us as well. Killing everything. That's your globalists. The ones that have been running this world. Mad on power and just want to be rich, rich and rich. And more money and more money and more money. More power. And are they ever happy because they've got that much money? No. Do they want more money? Always. Do they want the power? Always. Rabbit droppings all over the shop. Right, so this looks like to be the worst area for possible fallen debris, rocks and grey slate. Right, so I'll just get round this right hand bend, and you'll eventually see the second bridge coming up. So Fairhoff cottages, last time I was there, it was all bolted down as well. It was closed, and it looks like nobody had been there for a while, because there's metal shutters that you shut across the glass windows and doors for to stop people breaking in and damaging it, like they did at Whiteburn Shank Cottage. People never cease to amaze me how they can just go into a property and just out of sheer shit, like a blitz it and damage it, smash all the windows, pull the doors off, because they come up here and bring their booze, get drunk, and just start misbehaving themselves like naughty children. But these are grown adults. Well, with mental capacity of a 4-year-old. Just watching that buzzard. There he goes, gracefully flying around there. Gorgeous creatures. Still going. The ground's very uneven here. I'm tripping over everything, nearly going over. Still flying around that buzzard. It's just, it looked like it was just going to land there. No, it's still hovering. Must be looking for its next bit of dinner, like a mouse or something, or a vole, field mouse, whatever. Small rabbit. Just ready to swoop down on it. There it is, you can see better now because you've got the sky up above it. So the grass behind it. Right. No, too far around the corner now, you can't see the first bridge that I came across. But not far now, and we'll see the second bridge come into view. Another farmer coming along with his quad bike. For his working dogs. The tail's wagging away. They show no fear of travelling along at 30 miles an hour on those quad bikes, because they've just been brought up from being a puppy, travelling along in the back of them, so they're not fearful of travelling that fast on the back of them. So that's two gone up, so they must be going up here somewhere to corral sheep, get them all back into where they want them. You see all kinds of different pathways cut into the side of the hill where the sheep make their trails, and obviously because they follow behind one another, after loads and loads and loads of water along the same path, it's just cut in like a proper path. And buzzer's still going, look, he's up there now, look, top, just above the ridge. He's swinging back round. Right. round this sweeping right hand bend, and then we'll see the second bridge on the corner. Just as it starts to swing back round to the left. But look how high these hills are that you're cutting through, man. It's just amazing. Beautiful. I've actually climbed up the side of the hill behind BATTail SHIEL farm, haugh, and I've gone up to the top of the hill and I've pointed my camera back down and I've taken photographs of above the farmhouse, the cottage. And I've got some beautiful shots, but they were all in me videos that I've lost through YouTube censoring us and shutting it down, going against their community guidelines. Bullshit. We do not want you speaking the truth, so therefore we're shutting your account down because you've been a naughty, 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 naughty boy telling the truth. So as you can see, they've strengthened right away along here because the river comes bursting through here when it's been pissing down the rain and wears away the embankments. But it's really, really built up. Just before you go onto the bridge on the right hand side, it's all concrete and big stones to cement it all in, give it lots of strength. Right, so as you can see, it's just another high strength black steel bridge for Ministry of Defence to go across. And then just round this left hand bend you see the third bridge that you cross over. I just want to point out this where they've strengthened it just to the right hand side of the bridge here before you go onto the bridge, because obviously there's a bend here and when it's been pissing down the rain, the Osway burn comes flying around here quick, and it's powerful, and it's been washing away the side embankments. But you can see the thick timbers and support on these metal rails to give it strength. Right, so there's the solid concrete that they've built up the wall here, because obviously the burn gets thrust up against this side as it's coming around the bend here at full velocity when it's been pissing down the rain. Right, so I need a piss now, so I might as well get one while there's nobody there. Just let you see the burn. Once again, lovely sound of the water trickling over all those stones. Very therapeutic. I can see the third bridge from here. You can just see the black railings just as it bends around to the left. So that's the last bridge that I'll cross over before I get to BATTail SHIEL farm. So if you look along there, you can just see where all the sheep have gone, following each other up and down the hill and across. So the burn's on me right at the minute, but when I cross this third bridge, it'll be on me left again. Just watching that lamb. It's running about happy as Larry. So you can see why it's best that I don't bring Bay to do this walk. I know all the walks that I used to do, I know every one of them where I can bring Bay or not, because there's too many sheep and there's sheep everywhere, so you've got to have the dog on a leader constantly, and that means I'm going to be angry, tired, hot and bothered, agitated, and can't enjoy the walk. So these are the kind of walks that I won't bring Bay along, because he can't be trusted off the leader. Because once he saw them, he think they're all puppies and he wants to go and run and play with them. He needs a lot more experience of bringing them out and seeing sheep and lambs, so he knows what they are. They're no longer a distraction, they're no longer a curiosity, so he wouldn't want to go and run towards them, because he knows what they are and sees them all the time. And that's how you get a dog used to going past sheep, because they're no longer a fascination or a draw, if you like, towards them. So here, this is what I'm on about, the burn. Look all the green slime. Just all the way along the river, look, it's all on top of the water, you can see it. Where the water's getting poisoned with all the chemicals that they're dropping from the planes. So it affects the ground, affects trees, it affects animals that drink out the water, obviously. It affects us, because it gets into our drinking system, as well as everything else that goes into our drinking water, fluoride, pharmaceuticals, arsenic. So they've been slowly killing it over years and years and years and years. Whether it be poisoning our food, that's not proper food, it's all chemicals. Like seed oils and palm oils and stuff like that, and chocolate like the Cadbury's, crisps like Watsons and Doritos, all poison. And all what leads to like diabetes and like what millions of people suffer with, it's all brought on by them, and what to put in more food and water and drinks. Right, so that's the third bridge. Now I just got to go around that sweep left hand bend to where you can see those trees, and that's the start of the track that leads you into BATTail SHIEL farm haugh. But as you can see just up ahead, there's a pipe coming out of a built up brick platform, and that's to allow the water to run down the hill from the other side through the pipe under the road and then drop it to the burn here again, so it keeps it all off the road. So when it comes to winter snow and ice, there's no ice or reduced ice and snow, because it carries the water away from the road for safety purposes. Little lamb is quite happy to just lie there in the reed grass. Looks dead comfortable. But Mummy's close by, keeping an eye on what's going on. Especially with me approaching, she's very cautious. So exactly what you're seeing now, all mummies are very protective of the young ones. So when it comes to going through fields of cows, if they've got young calves, that's when you use extreme caution. Give them either a wide berth or just keep out of that field and go up the next one. It's down to common sense. Any mother that's got young will defend it to the death. So if you go towards young calves in a field where there's cows, well, obviously yes, you're going to get them upset and they'll come charging over you to see what you are. And if you're a threat to the young one, that's all it's for. So it's up to you to use your own common sense and give them a wide berth if you go through fields full of cows with calves. But once again, you see, looking up here, it's all grey shale that can come tumbling down at any time to start. Once one starts rolling and it catches and hits other ones, they all start coming running down. So that's where it's dangerous. Right, so I've got to go right around the sweep left hand bend and then you start to see the cottage. That's my next destination. And normally what you do is you go through a gate on the right hand side as you approach the gateway to go into it, and you go around the outside of the building, you go behind it, and then you go up and round the back of it, and then just continue along. Then you get back into the path further on. But the last time I came here, I thought, right, I'm going to go through the grounds, past all the sheep pens at the back end, and like use it as a shortcut, which I did. And I got the gates open, all that, no problem. And there was nobody in the property, so it's not used. So therefore, I'm not going to get somebody coming out the door and say, hey, get out of here, you know, bugger off. This is private land. So I'll do the same again today, just to try and take bits and pieces off my journey, because it's quite a big circular walk I'm doing at the moment. But I hope you're enjoying the scenery of Coquet Valley starting off and then into Usway Burn Valley. Here's a little one just at the side of the road. Up she goes, so towards Mummy to protect him. Hello, little one. Hello. Hello. Right, so here's this pipe that's going underneath the road, built into this supportive stone caging. So like I say, obviously any water that's running down from up there is all coming down here to the gully. It goes underneath the road and just starts flowing through that big pipe here. And it leaves the roadway dry, not full of water for when it freezes over. Right, so I think I can just start to see the roof of the cottage just over there now. But obviously the further you go around, the more of the cottage you get to see.